Hi guys, welcome to our Tuesday live stream where we are going to have a little bit more of a deep dive into Novritsch, especially gear. So we've got plate carriers, I've got some minimal chest rigs, and I've got the big lad behind me with all the gear on just to see how it fits together, how it can be used in game, and with a little bit of help from yourselves. If you've got any questions about gear, setting it up, what works with what and how best to place things, drop a comment down below. We'll throw it up and see if we can get it answered as quickly as possible. If not, I'm just going to keep going through all the features that various different things have. I've got more stuff down below, all pre-set up, so we can have a little chit chat about how this stuff sort of goes together and makes your life a little bit easier on the field. Because when you're starting out, normally what you get given a rental, get given a mag, and you're just running around. You've got nowhere to put anything. So this is all the stuff that carries your gear. We'll start with the Apsc plate carrier, which has been extremely popular. It's not very often you get such a high spec or a highly sort of adaptable plate carrier out of the box, ready to go with this many features on it. Just so well put together. I did a little bit of checking before we went online just so I know what a few of the sort of more detailed things are. This is made out of 1000D nylon, and I didn't have a clue what that meant, so I did a little bit of looking. The 1000D is how many threads and stuff I used in making the material, so the higher the thread count or higher that number is, the more densely packed that material is. So it means that this thing is going to be rip proof, like it's gonna just last. Like if you're crawling around in dirt, in ditches, through bush lines, all that kind of stuff that you love to do whilst you're playing airsoft, this thing is going to last for a long time. So when you get this out of the bag, it is in bits. The shoulder pads are off, it's in two halves, the back plate's off, the front plate's off, and the cummerbund is off. So you do have to put it together a little bit. It is not difficult at all. It's very self-explanatory. But what we're going to look at here is, obviously, you can see that this thing is covered in loads of little holes. The one thing that you'll find, especially with plate carriers in airsoft, is that when you run around for a bit, you get so warm. So what they've done here is not only the rig has airflow and breathability, the actual plates inside do. So normally, with airsoft, you get plastic sort of, there's going to be a bit of Velcro, but you get plastic plates that are sort of either hollow or semi-filled or foam. What Novritsch has done, he's given you a mix of both. So you have rubber on the back that goes against your body, and they are just completely hollow. So it gives you that full rigidity that you need whilst playing, but all the air flows through it. So you can keep very cool whilst still running around and having all that gear on, and just it's keeping it lightweight and breathable and very easy to use. A very big difference that the Novritsch plate carrier has against other ones are the clips. So we've got clips on the cummerbund and clips on the shoulder pieces. So you can see that these will not come apart, but a simple pull and dragging it apart, it slides apart very easily. Normally what you get with these QD style slide systems is you've got to find them, put them together and do it. With these, because they're actually magnetic, they just click together. Pulling it, sliding it away, and again, very simple, clicks together, and it still does not come apart. Really easy. So again, top one does the same, so easy to get on and off, and the easy thing is you're not having to slide it back together. All you have to do, push it together, nice and easy. So again, this is his plate carrier. I've been tempted. I've had probably my plate carrier about 5-6 years now. So this is something I've been tempted with. It's probably what I might look at next. Whilst we're going through all this, if you see any sort of camo or colour, obviously this is the Tropic multicam version. He does this in green, tan, various different ones. He doesn't do every single item in every single colour. You'll see with some of the pouches that if this was in some of them colours, I don't think it would be that popular. We do have a few questions coming in. So we have Waz Dog, great online pseudonym. How comfy are they? I've never gamed in one of these, but looking at all the features inside this, with the way that the plate carrier, with the plates are made, and with the styling of the sort of breathable material, it's very similar to stuff that I've worn in the past, and it is very comfortable. He does have curved plates as well, so you can see the curve on there, so this is going to fit to your body really nicely. It's not going to be awkward or jumpy or anything like that. My thing that I do wear slightly weighted plates just to keep it sort of a bit down, because obviously when you go in and it starts butting up against your chin with the plates. So with this, once you've got your mags and everything set up on the front, the weight of this is going to sit really comfortable. These very, very padded shoulder pads are going to keep you sort of that stress point on your shoulders. I think I've seen people run these all day and not have a problem. People absolutely swear by them and definitely run a lot of gear on them as well. A quick look at the back. There are some elasticated bits on this. This is not anything to do with sizing. This is to do with if you're putting a hydration panel or backpack or something on this, keeps it nice and taut. You do have some size adjustments on the shoulder, and again, the other size adjustments are inside the back here. So the cummerbund can change and all the shoulder pads can change. So it is a one size fits all, so it only comes in one size, but it will fit 99% of airsofters. Probably from about 14 up, just general size. We do think it is going to be a really, really good system. Another quick question. So, Molly, hey, may I ask when the AAP1 is coming back in stock? So, when it comes to airsoft and stock and things like that, there are various different production runs and various different things that we have to keep an eye on. The quickest and fastest way to find out if something's coming back is hit that email back in stock button on the site, and as soon as it lands with us, you get notified. Our sort of communication and things like that, it varies with boats, ships, everything. So the quickest way to find out is hit that little blue button on the page. Wazdog is asking, how would you go about mounting a push-to-talk on something like this? Well, very conveniently, most push-to-talks do have a sort of crocodile clip or something like that. So all these bits, it doesn't look like Molly, but all this laser cut here is still a Molly system. You can pick them up and you can see inside there that you can see there is a little bit of Molly. Underneath here, you've got a bit as well, and conveniently, these bits on the side, these elasticated bits, are perfect for like radios and comm lines, hydration tubes, anything like that. But with a PTT, you could attach it to the elasticated bits here, or you can attach it square to the mollet on your chest if you want. Depends if you're right or left-handed where you're mounting it, you can do what you want. But there are cable routing on this to make it really, really convenient and comfortable. So, looking at the plate carrier, how are we going to put things on this if we're going to carry gear? You can just straight up put pouches on this. He does sell panels that click on here, but if we have a quick look at what I've got here, this is the minimal chest rig. So, if you've got a couple of different styles of gameplay, say you go to CQB sites and you go outdoors and you don't want to be running something big and clunky like this in a CQB site when you want to be fast, you can run something like this. It is literally a simple base platform where you can put M4 mags, whatever you want in here. Inside here is Velcro, and when you get this, you can choose whether or not you want M4, DMR, SMG inserts, little elasticated inserts in there, and you can just run what you want. What you can then do is undo these 4 clips. That is your standard straps. You can take that off and click it straight onto your plate carrier. So if you have both of these, you have got the best of both worlds. We have loads of questions coming in. This is great. Pewski Pete is asking what camo on the rig in the background looks like tiger stripey. So we have got a full loadout setup on the mannequin behind me. This is called Kreutzzotter, which is Novritsch's own home brand camo. So you can see we've got the trousers, the rig, the magazines, the belt, everything. He does it all in that. You can get the minimal plate carrier. So if we do drop the straps off this very quickly. So that gets you your yoke off the back of there that you can just keep to one side. And the 2 top straps, 2 top buckles, can click straight into there, and it does have bits on the back, and you can just run it down like that, strap it together, and then you can just drop mags in here. He does do just straight panels, so again, if you've got different loadouts, you could have some mags on one panel, some mags on another, and you're not having to unmolly, demolly stuff and put things back together. So we've got an example of the MTP Tropic with the rig. This is the German camo, and we've got the Kreutzzotter behind us. We have got a few examples of some other camo, but we do have a very, very important question. Do you have any idea when the Lever 15 is actually being released? We do. We have a sort of a rough estimate that it's going to be about September. Again, that can change. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen, various different things, boats traveling here, there, everywhere. But we have an initial date of September when it is officially released. We know that the production run is happening. But yeah, keep your eyes on September. Again, the quickest and best way to be notified, the fastest way for you to get that information, email back in stock button. As soon as it lands in our warehouse, you get an email. So you'll probably find out before us. We have another question from Stuart. Can I mount a micro rig to the front of this? Yes, so the minimal micro rig can go on there. So you've got a couple of options when it comes to mounting on the front of here. You can just put mag pouches straight on. I'll bring these up. So we've got a belt system to look at. We've got some pouches to look at, but it is all just a sort of form of molly system. Because it's laser cut, it looks slightly different. So it's very, very thin rather than it just being the straps. You have the molly system and the locking system. So threading this through, weaving it through, you can just add magazine pouches straight to the front of it and just be set. Again, you can add plates and panels, or you can get the minimal rig and add that straight to the rig as well, and just be good to go. So if you're not wanting, again, something as bulky as a plate carrier, or a full setup like this, if you're not planning on running loads and loads of mags, we do have a minimal belt setup. So again, this is the same stuff. So it's molly on there, again, Cordura, so it's going to be really, really rigid. But what we also have is, if you want to be a little bit speedy, we have all the different colours that we can look at. Again, we've got the mil-spec colours when it comes to camo and stuff, but if you want something a bit different, we've got all the different colours here. Molly is asking, will there be enough AAP ones so I can definitely get one? Probably. If you hit that email back in stock, you will get notified immediately, and it's the fastest, easiest way to go for. Wazdog is asking another question. For the belt, how do you secure, mount a pouch to it? As with my own, I can only see that you can add pouches from the top of the loop. So when it comes to putting belt systems together, it's very similar to the molly system. I've set a few up here. I've got the other pouch down here, so we'll have a look at this. So what you get on the back of the pouch, you've got a strap like that, comes down, you thread that through the top, you thread it back through itself, and you thread this bit. Once it comes back on itself, it locks it in place. And that, woven through here, gives you a bit more of security. As you can see there, it's woven through on both sides and it locks it in place. You're still going to get a bit of movement, but it's just how, once you've got the belt system on, it is really, really, really rigid. Speaking of the minimal belt, we'll have a little chat about that before we look at the pouches. So the way that this belt has been designed to work is, obviously you do get the inner belt, so you put that through your trousers like you would a normal belt, and it is Velcro. So you can then, using the Cobra style system at the front, you can just wrap this around, click it together, and this Velcros onto that inner belt, keeping it nice and secure. This is slightly different to other belts where you get molly all the way around. It's meant to be slightly more sort of minimal. So this goes from about, I think, is it 85 centimeters to about 109 centimeters waist size. So it is quite a large sort of span of size that you can do. But what it is you can actually take sections of this molly off. So if you're just wanting pouches and then maybe just wanting a holster, you can do that and have nothing at the back. The way I've set this one up is we've got pouches on the left-hand side, we've got an admin pouch, we've got a dump pouch, and we've got more on the right-hand side there. We've got HPA Airsoft. Can any of the pouches fit 417 max? Yes. So currently on the side here, I've got one of the Kydex insert M4 sort of DMR style M4 AR style pouches. He does do a DMR specific pouch, very similar to this, just much wider. They are specifically designed for the 7.62 style, your SR25s, 417. They all fit in here, and they are absolutely rigid as well. So because the Kydex insert that's in here has a sort of dip in the middle, pinches it. So it's like having a little clamp inside. So even with the big heavyweight mags that fit in there, we couldn't keep them in fast enough. So we keep getting more and more of them in. But he does do very specific DMR style pouches in all the different colours. So I've got all the Speedy Boy style colours out on this one. So we've got the M4 AR style, again, retention pouch. We've got the open SMG pouch. This is really good for your SMG5, Evo mags, various different things like that. These ones are slightly adjustable with the elastic at the band at the back here. You can loosen that off, stick your mag in, tighten it up, and it gives you a little bit of retention. On the other side here, same mag, but just different colour, so that's the open SMG again. We then have the low profile style AR. So if you're not wanting the rigidity of Kydex or like that, you can just have something like this. These are mainly designed for not wanting to put the mags back. These ones quite easy to index, drop the mag back in, you can slide it back there, having sort of an admin area so you can get back in. If you're wanting to dump the mags and get rid of them, these are probably a better option, because once that mag's out, it goes flat, it's out the way, and then you can go to one of the dump pouches at the back. So we've got the roll up here. I'll give this a nice little presentation there. So again, there is a wire ring around the top here that as soon as you whip that open, pops out and you're good to go. I'd comfortably say that you can comfortably fit 4 or 5 mags in here. Any more than that, it's going to start adding a lot of weight to it, and I wouldn't want to sort of risk losing any, but there's loads of space in here to fit a couple of mags. We then have the admin pouch. Again, this isn't really for mags or like that. Any extra bits that you're needing. It does have various bits of Velcro, padding. If you're wanting pyro, med bag, anything like that, this is the way to go with this one. You can just build this admin pouch in any way that you want, rather than being sort of limited in going, it's just an empty pouch. There's loads of different panels and various different ways that you can build it. But it just gives you an idea of options that you can have when it comes to gear. With Novritsch, you can build things exactly how you want it. So obviously I've gone a little bit crazy with the colours here, making it just a little bit obvious of how you can be very unique. You've got the mil-spec things, the Kreuzsotter behind me. You can see there's some OD pouches on the side. You've got the AR pouches on the rig going into one of the panels that are on about. You can just customize this exactly how you want. Wazdog coming in with more questions. Thank you very much. If you have one at hand, how do the IFAK pouches work, and what is the best way to set one up for airsoft? There's 2 arguments for the IFAK pouch. So what people are on about there is like almost like a little med pouch type thing. The 2 arguments are that if you're having to use a med pouch an IFAK pouch in airsoft, you shouldn't really be using it, because if there's an emergency of that type, you should really get a marshal and let them deal with it. I don't have one of them here because it was more about how to build them with the pouches and things like the AR style magazine pouches. But normally, I would always throw an IFAK pouch on your offhand. So if you're right-handed, weapon comes down, should be on your right hip and easily rip-outable. You can easily access it, and it should be your dominant hand, so you can get it as quickly as possible. But I normally keep it on my right kidney hip. My left side here, I always keep my sort of ready-to-go mag. So I will always load from my left hip, and then when I get a chance, a mag will come out of my plate carrier and go back into there, and then knowing that that is a loaded and ready-to-go magazine. We have CUT 1991. Will the SR90 become available again? Can't seem to find it on the website or even in stock. Well, strangely enough, there is a pallet currently probably about halfway across the channel right now that has SR90s in it. So if we're lucky, we will have them this week. If not, very early next week. But they are 100% on the way with magazines as well. But yeah, I think we've covered a hell of a lot there when it comes to gear. We've got I'll quickly grab these again. So we've had a look at anyone that's just been joining us. We've had a look at the Apsc plate carrier, its breathability, the plates that are in it, how it comes together, the magnetic clips, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to watch that again, just go back to the video. You can see how all the clips work, various different ways of sizing and things like that. You've also got the different options with the minimal chest rig pouch that this can attach to here. The other options that you have is various plate systems. So these can just be set up different ways. If you've got an SMG, M4, DMR, you can just have a different plate and just swap it out like that. Oh, we've got more coming in. Love it. SSR 4s back in stock. Again, very, very soon. There is a delivery always on the way. We are currently getting Novritsch every single week. So again, hit that little email back in stock button on the item that you're looking at, and the second it hits our warehouse, you will get an email with a link directly to it. You hitting that email back in stock, you will find out that we've got stock faster than I do, purely because you just get notified immediately. But we have all that stuff coming every single week. The SSR 90s are coming back. We're getting more of the SSR 77s, SSP 5s, SSR 4s in metal and plastic, all ready to go. All the pouches are coming back. Yeah, so we are getting Novritsch every single week. And if there's something that's not specifically on the website and you've never seen it on the website, drop us a message on Instagram saying you've seen a Novritsch item and you're interested in getting it. Ping us a message. We'll add it to our next order and we can probably get it within a week or 2 weeks. But yeah, so we've had a look at the APSC and the minimal chest rig. We have the minimal belt system. These come with an inner belt. So the inner belt that's on there, you wrap that round, wear that like a standard belt through the loops, and then this attaches through almost like Velcro, and you can change how these fit. So if you're not wanting this back panel, and again, you're wanting to build something a little bit speedy with the colours, and you're not interested in anything on the back, you can undo these and take sections of the mollet off. Very different to other shooter belts out there. So you could just, as I run my belt system, I have a ready mag here. So this is the mag that I always load from on my left side. I have my sidearm on the right here, and further back I'll have my pistol ready mag. On the back here, I'll have either a dump pouch or an admin. I don't really use dump pouches anymore. I find that they are convenient for that moment, but there's it's not much, but with a few magazines in there, it just throws your balance off a little bit, and you've just got something to think about, and you in the back of your mind, you're going, is that mag going to stay in there? So 9 times out of 10 now, I'll dump a mag, that goes in my plate carrier, admin mag, ready mag comes out, and then I admin reload the pouch on my left, so I know that is always the one that's got BBs in it and it is ready to go. We've had a look at the pouches as well, all the different colours. As I'm saying, we've got purples, reds, blues. If you're not really into that sort of tactical side of things and you want to look completely different, there's the option there. We've got the low profile mags, we've got the SMG mags, we've got the AR mags, and as we said on that comment earlier, there are DMR specific mag pouches as well. So as you can see, there is an absolute ton of gear to go at, and we've barely scratched the surface. So we'll probably do a couple more of these, mainly about sort of ghillies and how to set things up, how camo works, shape, shadow, shine, various different things. But if there is something you want us to look at and have a little chat on these live streams, please drop a comment down below, ping us a message on Instagram. We're here to talk about what you want to do. We can grab stuff off a shelf and yammer on for as much as we want, as much as we love to do it. But if you've got something that you want to chat about, please drop us a message and we'll make sure we get it onto the list as soon as possible, because we want you to be engaged as much as we are, because the amount of comments today has been incredible. I love speaking to everyone. It's great to be back streaming live, and we're going to be here every Tuesday and every Thursday at 4 p.m. Again, talk about what you want to do. We're going to keep it to gear for a little bit, because we had a few sort of takedowns last week when it came to bolties and things like that. So any gear that you want to talk about, drop us a message and we will throw it on a live stream. But if that is everything for today, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for all the comments. It's greatly appreciated. It makes my life much easier. But if that is everything, I will catch you again on Thursday. Again, 4 p.m. in the afternoon, ready to go, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.